All right, good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here. We're actually setting up for the premiere of the third, final installment, correct?
Of the trilogy.
Of the
That's
trilogy.
Correct.
Which means there's more projects to come.
Yes.
Maybe a decalogue someday.
A decalogue. Third installment of the Latin Mass documentary series, Mass of the Ages. I'm here with Mr. Dan Driver, Mr. Cameron O'Hearn. Gentlemen, thank you for having me.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, you guys can see this is how the sausage is made. We've got the stage being set up there. We've got the theater. We've got some guys coming in with more stuff, so bear with us. All right, first question. How relieved are you that you're finally getting through this hurdle of the third episode?
I'm going to be relieved when the credits start rolling after the film is played.
Okay.
I've been planning this side of things, so I'll be relieved once the stage is set up, the sound set up, and people start rolling in.
It's going to be an amazing.
Well, I was going to say you should wait till you're relieved until you see my review to see if you like it or not.
I think we know probably what you're going to say, maybe.
So, this film has been. The first one came out in 2020.
2021.
The first one was 2021.
Yeah.
Okay, because that was during COVID stuff.
It was a month after TC came out.
Oh, right. Okay. And then the second one came out last year. Was it last year?
2022.
See, living in Canada under the lockdown, those 2 weeks just seem to last forever, so it kind of just muddles in my mind. And this one, from what I can tell from the trailer and stuff, there seems to be a lot of on-site stuff overseas. So what was the process like for this one?
The process was, we heard of a story happening somewhere in the world and asked, is this important enough to fly out and film it? With the French mothers who are featured in the film, once we heard that they were going to be walking from Paris to Rome, we said, well, we have to be there. And not just at the beginning, but also in the middle and at the end of their march. So it's a lot of jumping on opportunities, and actually we had to cut out a lot from the film. Like the 90 minutes that are in the film, we cut several stories that we filmed in different parts of the world. So it's a lot of reacting and building the story as you go.
Now, has the film garnered an international appeal outside of the English-speaking world, or is it mainly still an English-speaking thing?
Well, we have translations in about 20 languages whenever our film comes out. So we have a team of translators, and I'm actually not sure. I
got a bunch of French comments on the trailer, so it's somewhere in French-speaking world.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not sure how it's been received elsewhere.
Yeah.
How has this film been received in the institutional sense? With the traditionalist niche and the diocesan thing.
Well, there was a bishop who came to a premiere of ours, and he, after watching episode 2, said, I had no idea.
Really?
Yeah, I had no idea. And so when you can reach bishops with a narrative that changes their mind on something, that's powerful, because that's affecting everyone who's under his authority. So.
Well, that in the last film, the graphic, very well done, by the way. That must have taken a lot of time. That's some animator, I imagine.
Yeah.
Showing the changes to the missile. It's really 13% the same, really. Whatever they estimate. That must have been pretty groundbreaking for some people. Did you get a lot of comments saying?
Yeah. That's the groundbreaking thing of that movie for most people. That's what they remember, what they comment, what they call back to.
So this film, would we say this is a film made for traditionalists, or would we say this is let's say, traditionally inspired film for the general public to expose them to tradition?
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah. The traditional movement, as big as it is today, is not big enough, and we want to expand it. We want to move the needle. So this is reaching your average Joe in the pews. We hope that traditionalists who watch this film are inspired, and there's enough doom and gloom out there. We hope that it lifts them up with a true sense of hope born out of suffering, hope in the expectation of what Christ is going to do. But it's made to introduce the person who's a faithful Catholic. Generally, they go to Mass, and it's like, here is the true face of the traditional movement. You've heard things online, you've seen talking heads online, Pope Francis says certain things, but this is what the true faces are. Because the characters in our film are people whose stories we follow, are people you've never heard of before.
I'd say this as well, that we would love this film, this particular episode, to get into the hands of every bishop of the country and the world. We think it has the ability to move those that are on the fence maybe beyond like making an act of courage and speaking up for tradition. So it's kind of primarily with those people in mind that we want them to watch. We want them to feel a sympathy and an empathy towards the traditional movement and try to understand it a bit better and bring them up to speed to Traditionis Custodes.
Right.
It's gonna be a conversation starter with a lot of, like, we hope, because the traditional movement is fragmented in different ways, we hope this film can bring us together in conversation, actually make some progress for unity in what we believe.
Right, yeah. So this is the last of this series, and clearly you've created some sort of film company, right? Like obviously you've got a pedigree now. You guys have parlayed your expertise wonderfully. I mean, I think Dr. K tweeted something the other day with the trailer. I love how he's educated and has elbow patches, but he's also just really sarcastic and snarky when he wants to be. Yeah. I love him so much. And he said something like, try to make something like this in the Novus Ordo. You couldn't even do it if you tried, whatever, It was just a fun tweet. But point being, you guys now have this amazing film company. So can you give us any hints on things you might be thinking about doing, or announce something if you do have anything on the docket?
Yeah, the next step, so we'll always be making films, and in the future we'll be making more feature films, big event films. Okay. We are going to be making more short films, so imagine the high quality, high production value, but in a 10-minute version. Yeah. How can we hyper focus on one issue and really tackle it? But the big thing we're focusing on right now in the near future is, so we've raised a lot of awareness for the traditional Latin Mass. We actually want to increase Latin Masses.
Yes.
And that's the big part of that is going to be training priests who want to learn how to celebrate it with an easy to use, beautiful, up-to-date training. And we've collaborated with Latin Mass educators to build an online training on a curriculum site. And we're packing boxes with everything they'll need to celebrate a Latin Mass. So we actually want to train diocesan priests to learn the traditional Mass and move the needle.
We have a goal to train 1,700 by 2032? Or
whatever 10 years plus from last
1,700?
Yeah, that would double Latin Masses worldwide.
Latin Mass priests.
I see.
Yeah.
I see.
But the one thing that you said, film company, yes, but not like a studio like Daily Wires or Angel Studios or something like that. We're more than just a trilogy, and we're more than just a film company. There is a sort of mission element, and that's how we operate as a non-profit.
Right. Yeah. I mean, apostolate, technically speaking, is a bit, is a diocesan thing, whatever apostle thing. But in the lay sense, you're Catholic layman. This is your way of contributing to the betterment of the church.
Yep.
Okay. That's excellent. Do you guys need a narrator for any of your projects?
Yeah.
Maybe if you write my book, then you can narrate it. You can do the
audio.
You need a ghostwriter?
Ghostwrite it and then do the voice for it. And then I will put my face on it.
I'm available. Okay. Anything else? So we're filming this the day, March 9th. It actually comes out 19th on YouTube.
That's right.
Correct.
So I'll have this up before the 19th. All right. Well, that's excellent. Anything else you guys like to say?
Well, I hope that episode 3, like I said earlier, strikes a chord with people, and it's the beginning of a conversation. I hope to have more conversations with you about the SSPX and our interactions.
You better be careful.
So yeah, thanks for being here and interviewing us. I appreciate it.
Thank you, my friends. It's been wonderful.
Me first,
Yep.
then you.
There you go.
Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you check out YouTube on March 19th, St. Joseph's Feast Day. It's not a Friday this year, right?
Tuesday.
Okay, so you can eat meat finally on a couple of years ago. I remember St. Joseph's couldn't eat meat. You can eat meat this year on St. Joseph's Feast Day. It's just the Mass of the Ages YouTube channel, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, is it already there for like a premiere link that I can put in the...
This week it will be.
Okay, so I'll make sure underneath this,
upcoming link.
You'll see the link, ladies and gentlemen. Click that link, bookmark it on your calendars, get your popcorn, have people over, and share this with your priests. Okay, and that's all you can really do. All right, guys, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
We'll talk to you next time.
Peace.